Good evening, please, and welcome to XTV News broadcast for Friday, December 6, 2024. Making the headlines tonight, BNTU membership votes to protest. Shine seeks that Tracy Panton be jailed for contempt of court, and PM to meet Citco officials about garbage problem. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Singmas 2024.
Welcome back. With your news, I am Marisol Amaya. The Belize National Teachers Union, BNTU, is giving the government up until December 31 this year to pay outstanding allowances and increments to teachers. Otherwise, the union intends to protest in January 2025. The membership gave the union an overwhelming mandate to this effect Thursday evening. Out of 1,916 teachers who voted, 1,882 voted to protest. Here is National President of the BNTU, Nadia Martin-Callis.
The membership brought to our attention from the ending of September that they have not received their allowances and increments. We touched base with the ministry and we were told that, especially for allowances, you have to report to your place of work first. They have to make certain that you are there, and then those are going to be paid to you in October. That was not done at the ending of October. I asked the membership to have patience until the ending of November, and when that was not done at the ending of November, all hell broke loose. Members started reaching out to their branch presidents to me, members who have my personal number and the BNTU number started coming to me. And we had data because we had put out a survey asking our teachers how many you are affected when it comes to not getting an increment, not getting your allowances, and those who have also applied for a salary upgrade if you have received those upgrades. So our data showed at that time that at least 75% of our membership did not get anything. Well, the ones who responded, right? So we're talking about those who responded, nothing. Later on, when November came and they didn't get anything, every single person, they reached out to us. And that proved then, at that time, we're looking somewhere around 90% of our membership. And when I talk about membership, I want to make it clear here. You have the BNTU membership, and those are the persons who meet the 3 months or more. And then you have our enrollment, because we have people that are coming in and they've only paid 1 month. So when we talk about our database, we talk about our enrollment, which is over 4,000. But when you watch your membership, those you consider to be BNTU members, fully fledged members with benefits, that is above 3,005. And so the votes cast last night gave the BNTU the mandate to act on this, treat it with urgency. And as usual, when we are getting ready for any form of industrial action, we have to follow due process. And due process goes like this. There is a black and white that goes to the Ministry of Education, outlining what the teachers are asking for. If that is not adhered to or followed any at all, then there's where you go into what we call, right now they have voted for a demonstration in January. There's no date set for that because we have to allow the dialogue and the other portion to take place. So the black and white leaves our office today for the Ministry of Education.
The dialogue, what does that mean?
The dialogue simply means we're stating our demands, and you will tell us how you will address it. If it's not addressed, then we take it up a notch. And so we have been given the permission to take it up 1 notch.
According to Martin-Callis, after last week's press release expressing their frustration over the delay in the payment of increments and allowances, the Chief Education Officer, Yolanda Gungara, met with the union and notified that they had received all the required certificates from management. This means that 2 sides have fulfilled their commitments so that the affected teachers can be paid. For the longer term, Martin-Callis hopes that they can put the structure in place to resolve the recurring issue permanently. According to the union president, some 800 teachers are reporting being impacted so far in this latest delay. In related news, she reported that even more teachers are leaving the country for better opportunities abroad at a time when there are already empty classrooms. She therefore urged the government to prioritize resolving the issue.
I don't want to call it the mandate of the BNTU or do whatever it is for the BNTU. What they need to do is for education. Marisol, education is at risk in this country. Teachers are leaving like never before. There are still empty classrooms in this country. And in order for those students to get quality education, you find that the classes are divided. And in some instances, there's nobody there. None. Now, why is it that we have teachers leaving? Because of all of these nuances. So either you fix it and bring love back to the profession, or you continue to allow it. But I'm telling you, come 2025, if this is not corrected, I'm talking September 25, I'm not saying the BNT is waiting until then. I'm just looking at the new school year. They will have some challenges because a number of them have already expressed to us that they are leaving education. So who will be here? Who will be in the country now to educate the nation's future? Who? We as a union have a responsibility to safeguard education. Just like how the ministry or the government believes us that responsibility, we both have the same responsibility. So if I see my partner being lackadaisical, then we have a right to hold them accountable and say, guys, now we have brought this to their attention before. We have. So the question is, why is it that once again you want to sit at the table? There's one thing we learned through unionism: due process is key. And so now we're at another level of due process.
You're reporting that there's been even further deterioration than the last press conference that you held?
When it comes to addressing some of the matters and the urgency, yes. Some of these things are not treated with urgency. What they want to point out to us is that, oh, the system says this, it will take, let me talk about payroll. You have to put it in by the first Friday of the month so that you can be paid at the ending of the month. But if that does not go in, then you are not going to be paid. But you will be working an entire month. Something has to be in place because the labor law says fair days work, fair days pay. So you can't have people working and you're not paying them. Let's look at allowances. Let's look at increments. Now, if it is approved at TAS, because this is a teacher administrative issue, which at the top sits the Chief Education Officer, Gongora. When you look at this, when you look at the issues right there, when they approve, this has to go back to finance. If this gets, when it goes to finance and management, if it comes after the pay period, that first Friday of the month, that teacher will not get that. And sometimes approval is there, but the different parties that it needs to reach before that pay period, it takes a very long while to get there. People are just relaxing. That's how we view it now, taking their own time.
Martin Cullis believes that to resolve the issue right now, the ministry will have to assign more personnel.
The number of persons at the ministry working is not enough. One of the reasons why I love the fact that Chief Gongora decided to meet with the council and the membership is because they got the opportunity to question her and some of her officers. And one officer in particular pointed out something to us. She says, I'm responsible for increments, allowances, and she listed, I think, sick leave and all those things for all the primary school teachers in this country. Now, if you're talking about the teaching population of almost 6,000 in this country, and the highest group happen to be primary teachers, how one officer, how one person be responsible for all of that? So they need to make the necessary changes.
Which means that they need to hire staff and put them to work overtime around the clock.
Right now, to meet the demands that the membership voted on. Yes. Question asked of Chief Gongora: will our teachers be able to get their increment and allowances before the end of the year? Like directly, when will they get it? When?
Right.
She didn't answer the question. She couldn't answer the question. So we asked, can there be a supplemental? She said she would look into it. We haven't heard anything about that. Whether or not there'll be a supplemental, nothing. But we do know that our brothers and sisters in the public service, they don't go through this. And teachers should not be going through this.
Here is the Prime Minister's reaction to the announcement that the BNTU membership has voted to protest.
If I was meeting with the BNTU, they could never say that Minister Fonseca and his union, they just met. Was it last week, I think, that they met, and they've been discussing this issue. Most of these issues are issues that starts at the management. And if the management don't send it to the ministry can't process it. That is one. Secondly, it's unfortunate that the BNT for everything is, oh, they want strike. I mean, we need to be real, we need to be serious. No, I understand, and I don't want anybody to take this out of context. I understand the teachers need the money, and they deserve the money. They work so hard and everything. My mother was a teacher, my wife was a teacher, so I know what it is, and the hardships that they go through to be able to be a good teacher. But what the BNTU is not telling you, and Minister of Education, Minister Fonseca pointed out to me, he said, listen, we have been clearing up a backlog. When we signed agreement, there was a backlog from 2018. I know we've been bringing up this backlog is all the way up to 2023. So now we're working on 2024. And so it's unfortunate, but as I always tell everyone, it's a free country. There are unions. If they believe that they need to go and protest, that is their right. As a government, if they want to speak with us, we're prepared to sit down with them. And I have every confidence that CEO Mejia and probably Minister Fonseca would meet to them and talk to them. The leadership knows what we're doing. I don't think it's incumbent on them to explain to their members what's happening, and as much as they want the money, and I understand that, we're working on it, and we're doing our best to be able to.
In court news, Honorable Moses Shine Barrow has had his attorney, Dr. Christopher Malcolm from Jamaica, submit an application for contempt of court against Honorable Tracy Panton. They are asking that she face jail time of 3 months or be fined if found guilty for violation of a previous order of the judge. The parties appeared this morning, before High Court Justice Tawanda Hontora, in a virtual hearing in which Malcolm asked for the hearing of the contempt of court matter to be expedited. We are told that Justice Hontora reported not having seen the application, but has directed the parties to indicate the issues that should take priority from the main case that was set to be heard on January 14, 2025. Panton is being represented by King's Counsel Peter Knox. This afternoon, PUP chairperson under the Panton UDP, that should be UDP chairperson under the Panton executive, Sheena Pitts, addressed the media on the issue. She explained that this morning's court session arose from Panton's application on November 26 to have the substantive case expedited, among other matters.
This morning, what his attorney filed was an application. Well, I take it that yesterday it was filed, but it wasn't served until this morning, filed an application for contempt. Now, that application not having been served or heard, it was only discussed, and the application for interim relief not having been served also wasn't heard, only discussed. What came out of the hearing, however, was the court's appreciation that these various applications are only perhaps collateral and may very well be distractions to the real issue at hand, and the court invited the parties to identify what the real issues are, which both parties did. And the court also invited both parties, as I've said before in the last update on these proceedings, that the court invited both parties to discuss the way forward in identifying issues, providing undertakings, where there are in agreement in terms of deadlines, do so, and where there are not in agreement in terms of issues or deadlines, they do so, and they're to report back to the court. Now, on the application for a speedy trial that Honorable Panton's attorney filed, that was granted. So the court appreciated that the matter must be addressed on an urgent basis, and the court made those orders today. And the court also reduced to the order exactly that the parties are to discuss timelines going forward in terms of when things are filed and exchanged, what they agree upon or what they disagree upon. And where there are disagreements or no agreements as between the parties on what happens in the future, the court indicated that it will make its own order. And if it just happens to be to the inconvenience of either party, then so be it.
Pitts was also asked to speak about Panton's British counsel.
As I understand it, Honorable Panton always had legal counsel. However, on the first instance, of course, sometimes dates are inconvenient to parties, and counsel was not able to appear on that date. But now we're where we are. She has counsel, and yes, counsel is Mr. Simon Christopher Peter Knox, KC. And I can tell you that I've learned that Mr. Barrow is uncertain and has caused himself to be bothered by trying to ascertain whether he is really called in this jurisdiction, which I can assure that he is. So yes, Honorable Panton has counsel.
Panton has also applied for a court order so that Barrow is prevented from appointing standard bearers and firing any staff from the UDP headquarters. On a side note, Pitts was asked why the media is being kept out of such an important case.
You said that we have allowed the sitting judge to keep you out, and I don't know.
Well, nobody spoke up against him.
I cannot speak to that because I was not aware. I was not there. But always it is a matter for the court to determine how it conducts its proceedings. And if it is the court is saying that we want to treat this in camera, then it is the prerogative of the court to determine so. I can't say that on the part of Honorable Panton that she has invited the court or asked the court to keep you out. And I cannot say it hasn't been the information relayed to me that Mr. Barrow or his counsel has asked the court to keep you out. So I mean to say that, oh no want this person, collectively both parties, that would be inaccurate.
Well, we're putting it, or I'm putting it on record. Please, man, if you want to say so important, make it an open hearing. That, please, it's important.
Okay, we could, what I can do is convey that sentiment to counsel, and perhaps the clients will instruct their counsel accordingly. So
You will bring it up with Mr. Barrow as well.
Certainly, because I'm sure you will appreciate that attorneys are creatures of instructions, and it is however their clients instruct them where it is within the ambit of the law that they act.
In other news, Prime Minister John Bersenio has informed that he intends to meet officials from the Belize City Council on Wednesday of next week to discuss the garbage collection situation in the municipality. During that time, they expect to review the sustainability of the contract with Belize Waste Control that is currently on a go-slow. It is alleged that the council is in arrears in the thousands with the sanitation contractor, though the figure has not been confirmed. In relation to a garbage tax, the Prime Minister says the council can submit its proposal for Cabinet's consideration. Today, the PM said they will have to help.
We have to. We could play politics on it. It's not our fault. At the end of the day, we have to ensure that the city council can function properly. The city council is going through, council is going through some hard times. The revenues are not coming in as fast as they should, and that's something that we need to work with them on how to ensure that they could collect the revenues. Because what our citizens in many instances don't understand that it is with their revenues that we collect from them. Property taxes, for instance, and that's what we need to be able to provide the services. When you pay $100 or $200 or $300 to the city council, that's nowhere enough to be able to pick up the garbage, clean the drains, fix the streets. keep the parks, clean and nice and everything is not enough. So at the very least, we can ask our citizens to at least pay property taxes. I met yesterday. I was at the function, the Christmas party that they have, and I commend the Mayor Wagner and his team to be able to take a time out to bring in all of them, even the sanitation workers, everybody under one roof, and to spend some time with them. I spoke to him about it, and I said, well, we're planning a meeting on Wednesday and see how we could work with them to ensure that we could deal with this. Obviously, the issue of that contract, it seems that it is a never-ending contract, and I think that's something that we have to find a way how we can deal with that. It comes to an end in 2027, but supposedly it's supposed to continue again. I don't know, but we have to get legal advice. It is something that has been troubling several city council administration. So obviously it's something that probably is unsustainable for the city, and maybe the city can do it by themselves. I can use our Acton as an example. We signed a contract with a private contractor, and within a year and a half, we realized that this is unsustainable, and we broke the contract, and so now this town council picks up its own garbage, and they're doing a fairly good job.
After the break, the Prime Minister says they are not shielding anyone in immigration and home of police officer targeted by gunmen in St. Matthew's Village. Stay with us.
Which way are ready?
Welcome back. The news continues. Prime Minister John Bersenio today addressed the characterization by one media house that several lower-level scandals have erupted in the Ministry of Immigration, which need to be addressed. The latest being the discovery of purported immigration stamps at the business of a naturalized Belizean who also had in his possession 6 Chinese passports with 5 fake visas. The Prime Minister affirmed that they are not shielding one.
As a Minister of Immigration, it is my my duty to see that we keep a ministry that is functioning properly, that we're doing the right thing, that we follow the law, that we're not breaking the law. And so my policy has been a strict one, that whenever we find anyone that does anything out of the way, anything illegal that we need to deal with them, we pass it on to the police, and then we have to follow the process. There is an unfortunate instance with one person who was issuing false receipts, and unfortunately we did not follow the right process. We went straight to the Public Service Commission, and the Public Service Commission rejected that. It says, well, you can't fire the person because you did not have natural justice. Not going to the person and let him respond before you go to the public service. And so if they were to be fired, they will go to court and they're going to win the case, even though, and that's what I find it's infuriating, that even though you have that, the evidence. So what we have done with that person, and I said, well, that person cannot stay in the Ministry of Immigration, so we work with public service, and we've removed him from there, and I hope that if that person slips again, that they could follow due process to get rid of them. We don't need those kinds of people in the service of the government. So I use that as an example to say that wherever we find any wrongdoing, we go after them. With the issue of this, with the fraudulent stamps, when it was brought to my attention, I immediately told the Commissioner of Police, go after them. I don't care who's involved, whosoever it is involved, any person, they have to be held accountable. As to the fraudulent passports, we're still trying to find out how that happened, who was responsible. But the moment that we have information that we can present to you, we're going to present it to you. The point that I try to make, and I wish that members of the media would understand, we have a job to do. We just can't be running to the media, oh, we have this. Oh, we need to investigate properly. Because when we do that, then we jeopardize the process. And we don't want to we don't want to do that. And even to our people in the ministry, I'm saying, listen, you see what has happened, we have to ensure that we follow the process and make sure that we get proper legal advice to ensure that whenever anybody does anything out of the ordinary or anything supposedly illegal, that we can move with them and to be able to build a case so that we can deal with these people.
Don't you think the frequency of the instances though reflect very badly on you as a minister?
Why would you say that? How dare you say that? What frequency? Look at what happened in the previous government. How could you ever say something like that? Honestly? Really? And that is what's upsetting when you just try to sensationalize stuff. Let's be real. Let's be fair. Let's be honest as journalists. What you see now is nothing compared to what you saw before. And both, I have to give credit to Minister Courtney. When he was there, he started ensuring that we could start to put all of these processes in place, and I'm picking up from where he's left to finish up the term. But for you to use loosely, or you need to be fair. That's all I ask. Be fair journalist. The point is, and I repeat, anything that we find out of the ordinary, we're going to deal with them. I don't care who it is. One of them was a good supporter of one of my colleagues, and I said, I don't care. We are going to deal with this.
A police corporal's home was the target of gunshots this morning around 3. The incident occurred in St. Matthew's Village, Cayo, at the residence of PC Yelena Monterosa. PC Monterosa reported that when she heard the gunshots and looked outside, she did not see anyone. Roaring Creek police would later observe bullet holes in a front-facing window and in 2 trucks parked on the property. Police also collected 29 expended shells on the scene, which they believe were fired from a .223 rifle and a .45 pistol. Police investigations continue. In yet another fatal road traffic accident involving a motorcycle, a young man has tragically lost his life. Reports are that 13-year-old Micah Contreras was driving a motorcycle on the George Price Highway in Unitedville, Cayo Thursday night when his motorcycle was hit by a vehicle attempting to overtake him. Contreras and his motorcycle were knocked over, resulting in him receiving serious injuries. Following the accident, Contreras' father rushed him to the Western Regional Hospital in a pickup truck. Reports are that in his haste, he took off rapidly, causing Contreras' cousin to fall out of the cargo pan. The cousin reportedly sustained a large cut wound to his head. Police are investigating the incident. Contreras was a second-form student of Sacred Heart College in San Ignacio, Cayo. The school canceled classes today and postponed their scheduled sports day so that faculty and students can mourn his death. A candlelight vigil will be held in his honor. The Trade Licensing Reform Act was scheduled to come into effect on January 1st, 2025. However, last week, Cabinet announced it has decided to delay its implementation until October 2025. Town councils and village councils are dismayed at this. Here's how the Prime Minister explained the reason for the delay.
A number of things, because we had approved the concept, the paper from when Minister Oscar Kenya brought it to Cabinet. But consultations have been long, tedious, and I'm trying to get it going. But it seems that there's still a lot of uncertainty. Some people believe that, especially in the villages, all of us are going to charge me, and we have a small business. And so we felt, honestly, that we don't want it to be caught up in the whole politics of 2025. As we know, 2025 is going to be an election. And so to avoid any instance of the political process getting involved, and the opposition saying, oh, you are taxing more people and we have to explain, oh, there's not, that back and forth. We said, let's wait, let's finish the process properly. Let's properly educate our citizens as to what this is going to be all about. The businesses, the bars, and the big, in the villages, they have some big stores which they should be paying something and should be able to go to the village council. So there was a positive of it. I'm told that the downside to it is that probably some of the councils might end up collecting less money. But we don't know. I've not seen the numbers. I've just been told that. So we've agreed that let's hold on. And the time is upon us. So January 1st. I don't think we're properly prepared everybody to institute it. So we have asked that we delay it and then we introduce it, or to start with it, put it into law, I think the 1st of October. So next year, so we have enough time to be able to go into the new year.
After the break, imaging services under NHI now available in Ladyville. Stay tuned.
Singmas 2024.
a joint investment by the government of Belize and the Republic of China Taiwan, the Ministry of Rural Transformation commissioned a brand new Jeffco 30K rig truck. This new rig truck is capable of drilling up to 700 feet deep and up to 14 inches in diameter. The upgraded rig will allow the ministry to better serve rural areas. The cost of the new truck is $3.1 million, with $1.5 million coming from Taiwan via a grant. The ministry is also procuring funds for another rig, which they hope to purchase sometime next year. Honorable Oscar Requena spoke of the new machinery.
Rigs that we are currently operating before this one was commissioned, they are 24 years old. Sometimes they work 2-3 days, then they break down, we have to fix. And really, it really reduces our efficiency. So I said, the people gave us an opportunity. We are here to serve, and serve we must. So, being the ambitious ministry that we are, being the goal-oriented ministry that we are, I set out to lobby, and I'm happy to say that we were able to get $1.5 million from the people and government of Taiwan through the embassy here in Belize. And then the government and people of Belize also put 1.5, combined $3 million for the rig and all the downhole tools. This is going to be the game changer. This certainly has a greater drilling capacity. Just to give you an idea, in terms of the PSI output, the bigger rig that we currently had, the old one, was 150. This is double its capacity, 300 PSI output. Certainly we can dig far deeper with this. We can go definitely up to, beyond, 1,500 feet with this. So the output and the capacity is greater, and I am certain that, with the training, our rig crew is going to be able, we are going to be able to serve Belize, particularly the rural areas, more efficiently.
While new water systems are usually for rural areas, the ministry was in Belmopan to help connect new neighborhoods with potable water. Belmopan Area Representative Honorable Oscar Mira spoke on that project.
Most of the work that you do is in rural areas. However, in Belmopan, we have had opportunities of digging wells in areas that don't have water as yet. However, we are working very hard, and at the present moment, we are doing a water expansion project in the GNW area, in the Salvapan area, and other areas of Belmopan that does not have potable water. So we are working presently. This is the second phase. We have 2 more phases to go, and to ensure that our residents get potable water in their neighborhoods.
NHI service is now available across the Belize district. In Ladyville, one clinic is offering imaging services to residents under NHI, so residents no longer need to travel into Belize City. Imaging services include scans such as ultrasounds and X-rays. The Belmopan Medical Imaging Center has recently branched out into Belize City and now boasts a new Ladyville branch. They are now accepting NHI sign-ups in and around Ladyville. Customer Service Representative Anthony Smith explained how residents can sign up for free.
So this new NHI in Ladyville is free to sign up. There's limited spots. Sign up as soon as you can. It's a great offer. There's a lot of benefits. Okay, so NHI offers consultation, ultrasounds, X-rays, and stuff like that, right? And for different, like, say if it's $200, you're only gonna pay 10% of that $200, which is $20, right? So it's great benefits for people of all age. Sign up for it, bring your social security, there's a number you can reach out to, Ladyville Belmopan Medical Imaging Center, the number is 607-7064. Yeah, guys, remember Belmopan Medical Imaging Center, get it right the first time. We have a branch in Belmopan, we have a branch in Belize City on Princess Mary Drive, and the one in Ladyville, which is the newest one, guys. Come and check it out. Get your ultrasounds done by some of the finest radiologists in the nation.
In sporting news, it's baseball season in Quintana Roo, and this season will once again see the participation of Belizean baseball players in Chetumal. Belizean pitcher and center fielder Anthony Smith, who was an all-star last season, will once again be a part of the group from Belize who will play across the border. Smith spoke of the other players accompanying him and how to watch the games.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been back to Mexico to play baseball, but this month right here, I'm finally heading back. The previous tournament, we actually won the championship. We came in first place, so that was great for my team. So this time is so more exciting, to be playing back. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Yeah, it's the same team, probably a different name. We're probably gonna have this bunch of the same guys. Also have another Belizeans on the team too. We have Delbert Hines, we have Venezuelan Belizean Harold Nava, and probably we're gonna have one of the catchers too by the name of Andrew Chomels, great catcher. The season has started already. They played 2 games already. We're 1-1, and so this Sunday we're gonna be playing again. And usually you can watch online. You can go on my page, which is Anthony Smith, and I probably will post up the game.
For over 25 years now, Creme Radio has organized a toy drive to spread Christmas cheer to children in the neighborhood whose family may not be able to afford to buy them gifts for the holidays. What started out as an initiative to visit the neighborhood and give out gifts has evolved into the adoption of neighborhood schools. This year, recipients of the gifts will be selected from students from St. Martin de Porres Primary School and St. Luke Methodist Primary School. There's still time to donate toward the initiative. Here's how.
So this year we're adopting 2 schools. We're doing St. Martin's de Porres and St. Luke. And we're splitting it in 2 days. So the morning stew kind of is in the adoption, and they come in on the stew, they get their gifts, some refreshments, and then they go back because I think school closes next week, Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll do 2 schools. We'll do St. Martin's. I think St. Martin's on Thursday. They're gonna come in on the stew, have a little chat with the teachers, and find out what the students will be doing for the Christmas season. And then St. Luke on Friday. So we're inviting everybody to be a part of the toy drive. If you're out there, if you're, doing a little shopping and you see a little gift, a little toy for a boy or a girl, feel free to just pick that up. Stop on by Amandala Drive, Creme 3304, and you could drop that off. Or, you could send it, wrap, or unwrap, if that's your thing. But, donate. If you listen to the ad, we still have the ad going until the 20th of December because that's the schools. But I think also management still does the neighborhood community kind of outreach with the toys. So the drive goes until the 20th. So we encourage everybody, man, please, you don't have to be a lot of toys. It could be 1, it could be 2. Just one, as I said, the whole phrase goes, one cocoa full the basket.
And it's that time again for Creme XTV's annual Christmas Showcase, which is being dubbed Zinkmas this year. The 7-night event begins this Monday, December 9, and runs through to Sunday, and it will be filled with surprises, prizes, and much entertainment every single night. Last year, the event was held inside Creme's kitchen. Where will it be held this year? Brick City, one of the hosts of the dynamic event, wouldn't reveal the big surprise, but he spoke about what to expect.
Friday night, right? That's going to be Monday night. I don't know. It's all about Zinkmas, all right, on XTV. Last year, we gave one surprise. This year, we have another surprise. I don't really want to put the surprise out, but by the end of the day, we have enough giveaways. I want people for tuning in online. We got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got TikTok, we got find YouTube, all right? And do remember, you catch us live on XTV Creme Radio. All right, so download the Creme app. It's for free. I give you guys a chance to just download it. It's for free so that you guys could lock in, and this time, trust me, we're going to surprise you. Instead of everyone let out about, we got artists to pass through as well. You know how we do it. All right, that's Zinkmas time.
And with that, we have come to the end of our newscast. A repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again Monday at midday. Join us again Monday for another news broadcast. I am Marisol Amaya. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend.